Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey friends, it's your girl K. Lachey back with another video, and October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So in this vlog, let me say thank you to everybody that commented, sent me texts, flowers, etc. on the passing of my beloved little brother. If you watched my last video, thank you guys very much. In this video, I wanted to talk about domestic violence. A really good friend of mine was unalived by her husband, and I just want to say to anybody that's in a domestic violence situation, please think enough of yourself to get out. So I come to you today with this story about a good friend of mine, and it's titled Westside Couple Slain in Likely Murder-Suicide. Man killed wife, authorities say, then turned rifle on himself as officers approach. A man with an assault rifle apparently killed his wife inside their Westside apartment Tuesday and then fired at sheriff's deputies before taking his own life, authorities said. 2 children escaped unharmed. The incident began about 2:30 a.m. when Marion County Sheriff's deputies went to Forest Hills Apartments, 5500 Pleasant Hill Circle, to investigate a 911 call about a disturbance in a third-floor apartment. After a deputy was fired upon as he knocked on the door, he and a partner backed off and called in SWAT and a negotiator to the complex near Vermont Street and North Lyndhurst Drive. After a 2-hour standoff in which the man refused to communicate, deputies tossed tear gas through the front windows, waited, and entered after hearing a single gunshot. But by then, it was too late, and Sheriff's Captain Doug Sheffield. The bodies of Melba Simon Wilson, 33, and her husband, Leon Phillips, 41, were found in the living room. Investigators believe the man had killed the woman earlier, then shot himself in the head. As SWAT officers approached, the children, a 14-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl, were taken into protective custody, along with an 18-year-old sibling who was not at the apartment during the shootout. The boy apparently had told a relative that his mother was bleeding and that his father had fired several shots. Both children had left the apartment before deputies arrived. No motive has been established. Deputies say they had not been to the address for any prior domestic incidents. Marion County has had at least 2 murder-suicides stemming from domestic violence in the past year. According to preliminary statistics from the Indiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence, Indiana had 61 domestic violence-related deaths in that same period. Clear signs of domestic abuse often don't appear to friends and family until it is too late, said Tracy Horth Cougar, Executive Director of the Domestic Violence Network of Greater Indianapolis. No one may have known what was really going on in that relationship, she said, and that's the biggest problem with domestic abuse. Kruger urged anyone who suspects domestic violence or has questions about addressing it to call 926-4357. We need to pay attention to the fact that our friends or neighbors or family members and even ourselves could be in abusive relationships, she said. Tuesday's shooting shook up neighbors like Reggie Strickland, 36, who lived in the same 18-unit apartment building like other tenants. Strickland was evacuated. He said he was bothered to discover that deputies found an assault rifle inside, but was more upset for the orphan children. He left his kids without any parents. Come on, Strickland said. It's crazy. This story is regarding a really good friend of mine that I lost contact with back in 2005. I did some research and came across what the news had to say, which is Indianapolis News, Channel 13, WTHR. Melba and I were friends. We started working at Harper Hospital in 1999-2000, and she moved to Indianapolis in 2003. At that time, she and I worked as pharmacy technicians. When Melba moved, we would talk every day, and she would always say to me, "This man is going to unalive me." We had a common friend. I won't give her name, but I always refer to her as Applehead. And with Applehead is how I found out what really happened to my friend. So what I'm going to do now is give you guys what the news had to say. And as you know, we take the news for what it's worth because they never give you the full story. So in this article, it says, Indianapolis, July 12th, the police respond during the standoff at Forest Hills apartment southwest of 10th Street and Lyndhurst Drive was swift and decisive. Marion County Sheriff Sergeant Michael D. Hart explains the original call was that a male was at the address beating juveniles. He also allegedly had a gun. Then came the chilling words from the man's two young children. They in fact called in, stated that they, in their words, saw mommy's blood. The children, a boy and a girl ages 12 and 14, escaped, but fearing the worst, more than 50 officers, detectives, and the SWAT team members descended on the complex. They knocked and were immediately met with gunfire, says Sergeant D. Hart. They in fact tried to make several calls to the apartment, unsuccessful. Tried for at least 45 minutes to an hour. The police knew something bad had happened when a family friend from Michigan called and told them the man had called her and confessed to killing the woman. When attempts to reach the man failed, the police moved in. That's when SWAT team decided to launch gas into the apartment. They did that and allowed it to take effect and made entry. Inside, officers found guns. The man and the woman both were unalive. I'm not sure if YouTube is going to let me say DEAD, I'm sorry. Neighbors woken up by gunfire were shocked. And you guys know, Reggie Strickland recalls the guy you would never think he would, do something like that. You never would. Now comes finding out why. As part of the investigation, police will rely on neighbors and the children for a first-hand account of what happened. For them, there are more questions than answers. Police haven't released the names of the relationship of the man and woman, though neighbors say they were married. The children, according to officials on the scene, are now in the care of family. I'm putting this story out because I really would like to have closure to if my friend was cremated or if she was buried and where she is located, because I would like to put down flowers at her site. October has become a month of memories, violence, and just what it is. You never know what a person is going through, so reach out to the ones you love. Make sure they know they are loved and appreciated. If you are a person that is in a DV situation, please seek the help to get out. Your life is more important, and the people that love and care about you. You need to be here for your children. You need to be here for yourself. With all of that being said, I wish everybody good health and wealth. To the survivors of a DV, God bless you. To everyone else, if you know someone, please help. They have plenty of options, and never feel like you're stuck because the life you save may be your own. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Peace out.